Oh man, that muscle right there it's getting pretty full. That's my best arm. Arm here. Yeah, this is my right side. You can see it's a little bit more juicier than this one. Maybe it could be just camera angle. I don't know. I mean, this my right arm's a little bit bigger, maybe about like point 0.2 than my left arm. But we're working on it. I actually got to do some cardio today. Got to do some cardio here, man. It's lower body day. I did upper body work. I was gonna upload that yesterday, but I'm gonna wait to upload that probably on Saturday, guys. I'm gonna do upper lower cardio all day tomorrow, then full body on Friday. Probably gonna do some deadlifts as well. So trap bar deadlifts. So be on the lookout for that as well. So it's gonna be interesting. Do some farmers walk with the little deadlift thing that I have, the bar that I have, the farmers walk / deadlift bar set up from Titan Fitness. What the was this? Some fuzz in my goddamn thing. Anyway, Brently G, man, and listen, guys, I done made a few videos on Brently G. Let me fill you in on who he is. He's a guy that Greg Doucette had promoted on his channel a while back. Brently G reached out to Greg Doucette, told him his story. Greg Doucette decided to want to help him. I guess he thought it'd be a fun project. And of course, him and Brently linked up. They did a couple of videos, and then Brently became a sponsor for Greg Doucette. Greg sent him a cookbook and a lot of subs. And honestly, Brently hasn't been applying what Greg has been trying to tell him. And for some reason, he's not using the fucking cookbook. How you doing, Greg? I got an Alex Eubank video just for you that I'm working on. I mean, when is it that peptides, because certain peptides are banned by water, that it doesn't make you natural? I don't even know anymore. I really don't know. Let me turn my TV off. I see the flash. I really don't know anymore. But there are a few things in your supplements that you sell, even though it's not illegal substances that the FDA might ban from being put in the subs. It is, however, a legal supplement. I got to take the phone call, guys. Give me a second. All right. Sorry about that. Back to what I was saying. Every time I start recording something, I get fucking goddamn phone calls. But, so, with that being said, though, there are certain things in your subs, Greg, that are banned by water. Like, you know, caffeine is in your pre-workout. Isn't caffeine banned by water? So wouldn't that make virtually every American unnatural that drinks caffeine? I take collagen peptides. Yeah, I take collagen peptides for hair, nail, eye health, skin health, you know, joint health. I take peptides. There are certain peptides that are meant for healing, and I don't see why that would make him unnatural if he was trying to heal himself up to get back to training, and like he's trying to chemically alter his overall physique. Doctors will give you shots like that to help you heal. Doctors will give you a steroid shot if you have severe trauma. So I mean, more on that on your video whenever I get to making it this week. But anyway, Brently G, Alan Roberts gave you an earful yesterday. And I tuned in late on Alan's live stream. You guys should go check it out. I will link it down in the description below. Alan is one of those guys that shoots first. And he's a straight shooter. By most of his content, he doesn't bite his fucking tongue. He just tell it like it is. And fat acceptance, they hate him. And he's being honest with what's going on in America with overall obesity. So if you're a big person and you're sensitive, I advise you not to look at Alan's content. But if you want to get a good laugh and understand that what he's saying is true and you're trying to lose weight, then Alan is one of the YouTubers that I would refer you to lose weight. Even though I'm a personal trainer, he's been in the business longer than me. There are some things I can learn just by listening to him that I didn't know. And there's always somebody out there that's been in the business longer than you that you can always learn something from. And he's one of the guys that I watch some of his content. And I could be just reading and studying some of the same shit before I can get ready to take a test about it. And he virtually gave all the information before I can even like, hey, yeah, he's right, blah blah blah. So he's gonna be always one of the YouTubers I recommend to go watch for weight loss advice. But anyway, he gave you some advice yesterday. He tore you a new one, and I said in this live stream that I got to get you. So I downloaded 3 of your videos. I'm gonna watch all 3 of them, and give you my advice on all 3 of them. Especially the one that you ate only 700 calories, but you still gain weight. How the fuck did you gain weight if you only ate 700 calories and you're like a 300-pound fucking male? How did you gain fucking weight? So anyway, I don't want to hold you guys up, but that's Brently G. He's a Greg Doucette guy. And obviously Greg really hasn't been saying too much about him. I guess he's trying to move on from that situation. But guess what, Greg? That's your boy. You was shouting him out earlier. He was losing weight and he didn't stop. I wonder why. I guess it got something to do with your cookbook. I wonder why. I wonder why. Anyway,
so
let's get to it.
Hit another roadblock where I'm in a complicated situation with it where I am gaining weight, but it's not my fault, and I am struggling against.
How is it not your fault that you are gaining weight? Personal responsibility is always key to losing weight. I was sick a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't get my normal amount of training in that week. I didn't feel like it. I pretty much rested that week, and I kind of ended up gaining a little bit of motherfucking weight in the process. And I'm gonna say weight, mainly water retention. I mainly just laying around eating and not doing anything. I pretty much took the whole week off. But the problem with that is when you do those things and you don't rebound from those things, it can become a hole that you just can't dig yourself out of. If I were to just say, you know what, I'm just gonna chill. I don't want to do nothing. I'm tired. I'm feeling fatigued. I don't want to work out. I'm gonna move it to this day. I'm moving to this day. I'm moving to this day. You're not gonna get anything out of that. Period. You're not. So you have to you have to get back off. You know, if you fall off your high horse, get back on your high horse and keep going. You know, but making excuses like it's not your fault. Yeah, it's your fault. It's your fault. Huh? You are in control of what you put in your fucking mouth. And there's no way in hell you just eating 700 calories. There's just no way. If you were eating 700 calories every day, that is extreme dieting. All right. Now, for someone like me that's 170 pounds, I should eat somewhere between 1,800 and 2,100 calories to maintain my weight. Some days it's going to be less. Some days it's going to be a little bit more. If I was trying to lose weight, I think the lowest I would go with calories for my overall health and sanity is probably more about 1,300 calories and focus on full hydration. Why? Because anything less than that, I'm pretty much starving myself. And I don't want to be miserable trying to lose weight. I can up my activity output to make a bigger deficit to where if I want to eat an extra meal, I can. Or I can up my output of activity and also up my volume of water and fluids and electrolytes to kind of give me that full feeling. Or I eat a meal that's very voluminous, that's a lot of volume, but very low in calories. I eat a bag of popcorn would be a perfect example of that. Just to counter some of my hunger groans and pains that I might be having when you try to lose weight. Right now, I'm eating on average about 1,700 calories, so it's the low end. But I'm also upping my cardio to try to catch up and play catch up to the week that I pretty much laid around and hardly done because I was bedridden. And guess what? When I get done making these videos, it's late in the evening. But before I start food prepping for Thanksgiving tomorrow, I'm going to do my lower body cardio tomorrow before I cook. I'm doing cardio. I'm doing cardio after I eat. Just do a little bit of cardio. There's 3 football games on tomorrow. I'm a big football fan. And we got a football game on Black Friday. But guess what? I'm working out on Friday as well. And may do some on Saturday as well. I'm trying to play catch up. But I'm not trying to overdo it. So all this about it's not your fault. It's your fault, buddy. it's your fault.
I'm doing everything I can to make sure that I'm still going down. You know, what's happening is I'm really, and this is going to be gross, I'm really constipated. And
It sounds like Emily Reed with her period story. If you're eating 700 calories and you're constipated, that means you're not hydrated enough. When you're hydrated, the body absorbs fluids. And when you are hydrated, the body will promote your bowels and your bladder to filter out fucking waste. And that's just using layman terms. It's a little bit more complex than that. But water helps the body move waste. So if you're not hydrated enough, you will be constipated. And if you're eating a lot of protein and you're damn sure drinking a lot of water and fluids, because protein will constipate you, you'll be constipated. A lot of fiber will constipate you. That's why you need to be hydrated. Hydration will help that constipation problem. Because when food's going through your intestines, it's being absorbed back into the body. And then when it gets into your large intestines, it's getting ready to take a dump. It's getting ready to come out, but it's still going through the absorption process. Well, if it's not enough water in your system or hydration, because you know a lot of people like drinking water, so I have to pick up a word. If you're not hydrated enough, right, after your poop has been stripped of all of this moisture, right, and then the body is dehydrated, guess what? You can't absorb the more moisture, so pretty much your poop just get hard in your bowels. It gets hard. That's just true. And you have a hard time pushing out. Once again, that's layman's terms, a little bit more complex than that, but that's the overall layman's term. If you're hydrated enough, the body don't have to pull that much moisture from the poop. You know, certain foods like corn and vegetables and stuff that you're eating has water in it. So the body would try to pull that out. But if you're very hydrated, the body won't have to pull for that too much, so it'll stay soft. It's layman's terms. It just common fucking sense.
And it's just, the stuff is not moving through. So I'm like,
So you're not having bowel movement, so that's how you're gaining weight? Nah. Bullshit. Bullshit.
I'm still eating a small amount. Yesterday, the day before yesterday, I ate 700 calories and I still was up a pound.
That could be water retention, which I'm pretty sure because you're eating carbs. That could also be because you ain't took a dump. A pound, the clothes you wear. A pound. See, this is why you don't weigh yourself every day. This is something that Greg Doucette done fucked your mind up with. This is why you don't weigh yourself every day. You weigh yourself once a week. You weigh yourself the same time every week. So you want, if you start on a Wednesday, weigh yourself the following week on a Wednesday. Take the 4 weigh-ins, add it up, divide it by 4. That's your average fucking weight. You do that for about 3 or 4 months to see if the overall weight is going down. For women, it's every other week for ovulation purposes and period purposes. During the ovulation and period time frame, you will hold on to more weight. Why? Because women bloat on their periods. It's a hormone imbalance of estrogen, right? And they just tend to bloat. They tend to hold on to more fluid because they're bleeding. So the body is one that's going to try to compensate. They have sugar cravings. There's a lot of things that go on during that time of month. Same ovulation. Ovulation is the same. They may not bloat as much, but they will hold on to a little bit more water because they're going through the reproductives of dropping the actual egg to be fertilized. So they tend to be a little bit more susceptible to gaining a pound or two. So this is why you don't weigh yourself every day. And for women, you weigh yourself twice a month. Before ovulation and after your fucking period. Period. Bar none. That's just how well, after your ovulation and before your period. You don't want to weigh yourself during ovulation and during your period. You want to go before ovulation and before your period. You know, you want to miss those 2 weeks. Men, 4 times out the month, same time every fucking week. After about 3 or 4 weigh-ins, you should know for 3 or 4 months. So it'd be about 12 weigh-ins. Around the 3rd month, you should know if you're losing weight or not. If you're not losing weight, then that's something going on with your diet, what you're doing, your activity. And then at that point in time, you need to do some changes. You need to see what you're truly doing and be honest with your fucking self. That's just the way that fucking is. So you win yourself every day. Stop it. Greg Doucette. See, if you're bodybuilding and you're trying to compete for a show, then win yourself every day. I say 2 weeks prior to your show will be wise because you don't want to start to gain weight and not catch it. You don't want to get too lean and not catch it because that could fuck up your physique. Being too lean, not having the muscles pop in on stage could fuck up the physique. So weighing yourself close to a bodybuilding competition show every day is a smart thing to do. But for the average person, you don't need to weigh yourself every day. It's gonna drive you fucking insane.
And that was kind of the day that I realized, like, hey, I haven't pooped in 3 days, and it's like a rocky, rough.
Drink some fucking water. Drink water. If you're not pooping in 3 days as big as you is, you should be shitting at least twice a day as big as you is, dropping fucking waste like a son bitch. Now, if you don't eat, you're not gonna poop because the body is trying to absorb every little nook and cranny it can from the food that you ate while you're digesting it. Being big, it takes a while for the body to take the fat and turn it into usable energy. So ketones, ketosis. So it's one of those things where you have to eat, drink water, hydrate, man, and you'll start pooping.
Situation, so it's like,
and see how you laughing? This shit ain't funny. I think it's just an excuse because you ain't been eating like you're supposed to, and I don't think you're doing a lot of activities like you're supposed to. You're making videos almost every fucking day, so that tells me right there that you're more inclined to try to please your audience versus you really trying to lose fucking weight. And I seen a person put it in Alan Roberts' chat yesterday. You are a April Lawrence / Emily Reed. Period. Bar none. That's what you is. That's exactly what you is. You're complaining. Listen, I hurt myself back in August. I did incline bench yesterday, guys. 140 pounds, on the bench press. And it felt pretty good. It was actually a little bit challenging because I hadn't been doing compound lifts in about 3 months. So it was kind of fucking hit and miss, right? But I didn't let my injury slow me down. I took time out like the doctor told me to. I took a month off away. Let the body try to heal up from what the damage I already caused from training. I watched what I was eating during that time frame. I stayed as active as I could. And then I got back to work back in October. I started going to the gym. And then yesterday, for the first time, I started benching again here at the house. So you have to be accountable for what you're doing. And all this, man, I ain't pooping, that's bullshit.
So yesterday, I did a whole bunch of stuff to make sure I got things moving again. I had Raisin Bran cereal.
Carbs, sugar. You're giving your body the energy that it needs. The body runs purely on sugar. Glucose in your blood, glycogen in your muscles. The sugar that's stored up in your muscles is used for muscle function, but the sugar in your blood that helps for brain function and everything else, it's the energy that you need. The unused sugar, guess where it stores? As fat. It can be stored for later use. So you're eating Raisin Bran cereal. You shouldn't be even eating carbs. Unless it's fucking fruits and vegetables. Even with fruits, there are certain fruits you need to probably avoid for a while because they're high in sugar, like bananas and apples, right? But corn, you should be eating corn. You should be eating shit like green beans and shit, spinach and stuff like that. That's high in fiber like vitamin K and shit. You shouldn't be eating carbs. The body would use your fat if you allow it. That's why I train fasted right now. I'm trying to lose this extra little 5 to 6 pounds that's been bugging me, mainly in my face and around my waist. But if I cut my calories any lower than that, I'm asking for it. So it's an uphill battle for me. But all of this, man, I'm eating Raisin Bran cereal. That's no. You are addicted to carbs. Carbs is sugar. Glucose and glycogen. That's what the body runs off of. Right? Glycogen stores in your muscle, in your actual muscle skeleton. Glucose, right, is what's in your blood sugar, which helps the brain fucking function. But, I mean, you don't need all that. You have a lot of unused energy on your ass known as fat. So cut down on the carbs. That's mistake number 1.
Drank 2 cups of coffee and
Coffee with sugar in it and cream. You can put cream in your coffee, but I wouldn't put sugar in your coffee. I mean, I put sugar in mine, but you're not training as hard as I am. I assure you, you're not. So you don't need all that, man. Take you a laxative. Just take you a fucking laxative.
And I had some Seneca, which if you don't know is like a mild laxative, and that's pretty good. It got me running.
Just take you a laxative. That's all you do from the get go. You had milk that had carbon milk. You had raisin bran cereal that's mainly sugar. It's sugar is fucking high a lot of sugar in the fucking raisin by itself. Come on, man.
And you know, it
Even when you're in a calorie deficit, if you're giving your body outside carbohydrates, the body's gonna use that first because it's in your bloodstream. It's gonna use that for energy first. So guess what it's gonna do to the fat? It's gonna leave it alone. It's like, hey, I don't need to use this right now. We're using the energy he just gave us. It's being digested right now. It's in the bloodstream. So we don't need to use none of this fat. That's why you're not losing weight no more. That's exactly why you're not losing weight no more. Or if you're losing it, it's very minute and very small. You're not noticing it yet.
me to see the results of what happened, you know? So those 2 pounds that I was up from that went down in that day from me, you know, releasing everything out. So that was really good, and I got down all the way like.
Now listen, if you're building muscle because you're still training, then your weight loss progress is going to stop. Why? Muscle is more denser than fat, believe it or not. It just takes a smaller area than fat. So when you're building muscle and you're fat, this little bit of muscle is heavier than probably the fat that was surrounding it. So until the fat start to get removed from the area, right, to the area around it, start to shrink and condense, that's when the weight loss will start again. So a lot of people, when they're training and trying to lose weight and they're also building muscle at the same time, like doing a body recomp, you'll start to lose weight initially, then it'll stop for a while because you're building muscle under that fat. And over time, once the fat area starts to shrink again, you'll start to lose weight as you are still building muscle. It'll get to a point to where you'll stop building muscle, but then you'll start to lose weight because you'll get comfortable with the weight that you're lifting, unless you're just trying to get super strong and super big, like very muscular, like mass muscles. Then you're not going to lose, you're not going to build any more muscle. Therefore, you'll start to lose more weight. And then the muscle will start to pop, and then you'll be happy with what you probably done built under all that fat. Now, if you're just trying to put on a lot of muscle, then what will end up happening is you'll stop losing weight, and then you'll start back gaining weight as you grow the muscle. As the muscle get bigger and bigger and bigger, you'll start to fill out. You might actually go back up in weight. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. This is why having a good trainer or somebody that knows what the fuck they're doing can tell you.
Halfway through the day, I was 420.
You're 400 pounds.
420.5, and then by the end.
Candy from Hungry Fat Chick did better than you on the all carnivore diet. And then she done went back on the rebound and gained a lot of fucking weight.
The day I was 419.9. You know, I was technically in the teens for a second.
Stay off the carbs, drink water, and you won't have that constipation problem no more.
I'm still facing a pretty complex situation. It's been 7 days, and I've made no progress, and no fault of my own, but I can only assume. I mean, I'm not.
No fault of my own, as I can only assume. Now, this is the one that I think Alan roasted your ass on yesterday, so I ain't wasting much time on this one. I just want to go over the beginning because I missed some of Alan's stream yesterday.
I'm not getting credit for this. This is embarrassing. I am in a situation.
What?
I'm still facing.
Change shirts. Change shirts. This is a different video. I don't know if it's the same one, but change shirts. And then I got a third one here.
So I was doing some math today. I know.
Oh God.
Complex situation. It's been 7 days, and
listen. I don't know if you film these videos in the same day. Let me see something here. Let me see something here. Let me look at something. Let's close this off. This is the new article I just did. Let me look at something. Let me see something here. Let me look. Let me look at something. Dude, you're winning. Okay, you got a different shirt in that one. So I'm going to assume 7 days. Okay, so 7 days, 5 days later, 7 hours ago. So this is 2 days, and 7 hours. So all right, maybe you're changing shirts in between different days, but I mean you gotta watch that, man. You can't be fucking goddamn doing that type of shit. You gotta
So
watch
facing
that.
a pretty complex situation. It's been 7 days, and I've made no progress, and no fault of my own, but I can only assume. I mean, I'm not taking credit for this. This is embarrassing. I am in a situation.
How is it embarrassing?
I'm
It's your
really
problem.
sad not to be making any progress. I'm at that 420 mark. I'm ready to be in the teams, and I'm so excited to be so close, but it's just like not coming. And I'm just gonna explain, all the.
You tried walking more and eating less. You try doing more physical activity instead of doing what you've been doing, and the body probably got used to it, so it already knows the amount of calories that you need to exert to achieve what you're trying to do. Or are you doing progressive overload in which you're training, which means as you're getting comfortable, or you're starting to challenge yourself more. Because if you're not doing none of that stuff, guess what? Your progress is going to stall. And you'll start yo-yo dieting too. You'll start to rebound because you're not challenging the body enough to burn any more calories. It took me 24 seconds to listen to that. If I really want to lose this, I know what I have to do. I have to cut back maybe a little bit more of my carbs, because I'm eating low carbs. No more than right now about 70 grams a day. Now, the last few days, because I've been training like a madman, I have upped the carbs to get back so I can have a little bit more energy to push myself and train a little bit harder at home and at the gym. Because I'm trying to build some muscle, so I need to push myself. But the trade-off is I know when I increase those carbs, the energy that I'm trying to lose around my face and around my abdomen area, around my waist area, is going to be restrictive because I'm giving myself the energy that I need instead of just letting the body try to turn to the fat itself. So it's more about being in the calorie deficit. I know how to trim this down if I really want to tighten up. I can basically go on a 40 grams of carbs a day, which will be not the healthiest idea because, like I say, the body needs carbohydrates to kind of function properly. If you got a lot of fat, the body will use the fat for the energy. I don't. I'm mainly muscle. So you don't need carbs to live, but it is a fueling source for the body in terms of functioning for the brain and having energy. If you have a lot of fat like you do, or if you're holding on to say I have 15, 60% body fat, then I really won't have to worry about carbs. But the lower you get in fat percentages, you need to keep carbs in you. You need to keep your carbs intake a little bit high. Hell, the recommended amount of carbs a day is anywhere between 200 to 300 grams. That's about 1,100 to 1,200 of your calories should be carbohydrates, which I think is stupid, but it should be the healthy carbs. But I don't eat that many carbs, and I just have my own personal reasons why. A lot of sugar, even though carbs, good carbs, the multi-grain carbs that you get from eating nuts and berries and shit like that, instead of having a simple carb like eating a piece of candy, it's a little bit more healthier than that. But I don't want to eat a lot of carbs because carbs digest as sugar, so it's one of those trade-offs.
Different things I've tried, all the different techniques over the last 7 days to try and get things moving. Try to get the.
You're rushing. Hydrate. Progressive overload. Do more. Less carbs. Do more. Up your protein. Up your hydration. Get more sleep. But stay active. And stay off social media for a while. It's simple as that. It's not that fucking hard. But see, since YouTube is paying you, you just have to do. It's not that hard to lose weight. It's how bad you want to lose weight. Don't wait till they give you a diabetes diagnosis and have to cut your fucking legs off because you develop gangrene and some shit like that. Don't wait for that to happen.
I tried one day where I was eating 700. You know about that. And then I tried another day where I ate a lot. And I thought maybe.
Why ain't you using Greg's cookbook? it's hard for me to watch this shit.
Yeah, I was in starvation mode and I was holding on to fat. So I tried.
No, 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 no. If using a calorie deficit, the body would have turned to the fat, right? Ketosis, ketones. The body, the liver, would have started doing this thing with ketones. It's called ketosis, right? It would have started taking your fat, and the ketone would have started using the cycle to turn it into sugar for energy for the body to use. So you wasn't in a deficit like you think you was. Because if you was, and you were eating 700 calories a day, just for 3 days, you would have lost about 3 to 4 pounds. Because you are a massive human being, and your heart beats fast all the time, so you're constantly burning calories. In order to live, you must burn calories. Every time your heartbeat is burning a form of a calorie. Minute as that calorie might be, just breathing, taking in air for the body to convert it into usable oxygen requires calories. The thermogenesis effect for you to live. That's called a basal metabolic rate. So the shit you're saying is just stupid. That's asinine. You burn calories while you're sleeping. Why? Because the body repairs while you're resting. Whether you exercise or not, living is stress on the body. Even for people that's fit like me, it's stress. The brain has to retain everything you did that day. Just sweep and clean up, that's wear and tear on the body. So as you rest, the body uses calories to repair itself. Everything you ate, the digestion process, everything you did, you're burning calories. Once again, that's your basal metabolic rate. So if using a deficit, the basal metabolic rate would be like, hey, we need to convert more energy, so we need to start turning to this fat. Yo, you would have known. You would have known. So that's bullshit.
I tried eating a little bit more,
See, you just did. You start eating a little bit more. Oh,
so
man.
2,500, 2,600 range, maybe the online.
You're 400 pounds. Eating around 22 to 2,400 is recommended for you to lose weight. I would stay there. But stop eating a lot of carbs. Stop eating a lot of carbs. Mainly protein. If you want good carbs, fruits and vegetables. I would say avoid fruits because of fructose is sugar. Eat vegetables. Corn. Green beans. I wouldn't eat nuts. And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm talking about like walnuts. I wouldn't eat sunflower seeds and shit like that, right? Flaxseed. You can get that in a multivitamin. Because the fat content in the seeds itself. But you need to stick to lean meats and vegetables and hydration. Avoid rice. If you want to eat beans, eat regular beans. They're good in fiber. Don't get no Bush's baked beans. Like, come on, man. You got to stop, bro. You got to stop.
But that didn't do anything either. And I tried all sorts of different things. I tried doing low sodium for a couple days.
You need electrolytes. If you drop your sodium too low, you're going to have a nervous system dysfunctioning. Your nervous system runs on electrolytes. Your neurological system, your nervous system. You need sodium in order to complete that charge of electrons. You need electrolytes. You need that shit. Your heart beats off electricity. So if you start to lower your electrolytes, you're going to have a pretty hard time. The body's going to retain water as well. Or you're going to lose more fluid. Actually, no, it might retain. It might retain more water. Because there's no need to flush out the electrolyte that you have. Yeah, you're going to retain. And you got overabundance of electrolytes, and you drink enough fluid, the body would then flush out the excess electrolytes, aka the sodium. But if you go on a low sodium diet, the only time you do it, if you have high blood pressure, yes, you want to go on a low sodium diet because you have high blood pressure. But you don't want to not get your electrolytes. Sodium is crucial for electrolytes. That's why you need to stay hydrated. Having the perfect hydration balance, having the perfect sodium balance, help each other out. That's probably why you probably been pushing yourself. You probably feel fatigued. You need sodium in your diet. You do. I would say no more than more than 1,000 a day. I'm trying to think of the equation for sodium. It's not grams. It's 1,000 milliliters, something like that, like 1,000 milliliters. You don't need a lot of salt. I would say no more than 1,000 a day though. Well, the conversion, I can't really think of salt. I think it's 1,000 milliliters. I think it's 1,000. Let me look. I don't want to tell you. I know. See, even with me, it's a lot that you learn. I'm doing this in real time. But see, I'm learning some stuff. But I know sodium is something that you need. You don't. Sodium in diet. What's the recommended? Yeah, milligrams. Yeah, so it is milligrams. Yeah, I'm a milliliters. Milligrams. Yeah, 1,500 to 2,400 milligrams of sodium a day. That's a low sodium diet. 1,500 to 2,400 milligrams of sodium a day is a low sodium diet. So regular sodium is about 3,400 milligrams. Now, even with me, I get about 2,400 a day. And that's me. Right? I'm a small guy. I don't need a lot of salt in my diet. But if I'm sweating a lot, yeah, then I will upgrade by 3,400 milligrams. But sodium is good. It's good for nervous system function. So you need sodium in your diet. You need it. Get it. Keep it in your diet. Keep salt in your diet. For you, if you're getting about 2,400 milligrams, stay there. Why are you running? Don't run. Walk. Swim. Do light impact activity. Lift weights, yes. And when you lift weights, don't try to max out. Lift weights, moderate weight. But don't try to overdo it. You're doing too much.
Ran for an hour on the elliptical.
I found it hard to believe you ran an hour. Okay, that's just bullshit.
That's an impressive thing. Normally I can only do 45 minutes.
Dude, I'm 170 pounds. And I don't even run an hour on the elliptical. And I bet you I can run circles around you. So that is bullshit. Film a video of you running 1 hour on the elliptical. Like moving on the elliptical. I need to see this. I had to see this shit.
But this time I went on the elliptical and I really pushed myself. Did a whole hour on there. Didn't lose a pound. I was actually up.
I smell bullshit. I can't keep watching this.
So I was doing some math today. I know, math, yuck. But I realized I am down 158 pounds since the beginning of my weight loss journey.
Okay. You should be down almost 200 pounds by now.
And I have...
Wait a minute. When did you start your weight loss journey?
Down 158 pounds since the beginning of my weight loss journey.
Okay. You've been losing weight now for over a year. You should be down almost 200 pounds. Maybe a little more than that. If you were actually doing the right goddamn thing, because the last couple of videos you've been stalling. And you've been stalling for a while. Because Greg said the video, I think, about a month and a half ago. And your weight hasn't changed that much. So that tells me a lot right there. So why are you trying to amp this up like it's a good thing? No, you need to keep losing weight. It's actually a bad thing.
And I have lost an entire European woman's worth of weight. I'm going to show you some statistics. We got some right here on my laptop, propped up here. All right, so in Africa, the average weight...
Okay, I thought this was going to be something else. I can't keep watching more Brent. I can't do it. I just... Listen. Hydration, protein, mainly lean meat diet, carnivore. But, you know, with carnivore, you lower your carbs down low, but I would still tell you get some carbs in it because I don't want you in like what Candy did. And reintroduce the wrong carbs. Like I say, you need to stay with vegetables and meats. That's it. No starchy shit, no rice, no grits, none of that. Right? And if you want to get some zero sugar yogurt, like all plain Greek yogurt, get that. I have zero sugar strawberry flavored Greek yogurt, and it's not actual strawberries. It's just like it's the artificial sweetener that's in there, but it has no sugar and 1 gram of carb. So I mean, all this shit that you just said is bullshit. I see why Greg stops giving you shout outs. You made him look bad. You have the freaking cookbook there. Obviously, it's not fucking working. So, use the fucking cookbook. That's you made Greg look real bad. It's like Greg done failed your ass. But that's the best advice I can give you, man. Milligram. I don't know why I thought milliliters. Milligrams. Yeah. So 7 milligrams. So, I know for me, I'm on a low sodium diet. I've never been a big salt guy. Excuse me. So, even with me, I could probably up my sodium a little bit more. Because, see, it seemed like everything changed. I know back in the day, the amount they consider low sodium now used to be high blood pressure threshold. So, they realized that there are a lot of advantages to having sodium in your diet because, like I say, it's electrolytes. It helps the nervous system function better. It helps the heart beat better. It helps with a lot of fucking things. Brain function. You're more inclined to do stuff at a quicker pace than not get enough salt in your fucking diet. So get some salt in your fucking diet. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of sodium. Get some salt in your fucking diet. So with that being said, Brently, I wish you well, man. But you playing victim. Take accountability for your actions, man. Before you start to gain a lot of weight back. And you'd be almost 600 pounds again like Emily Reed. How you doing, Emily? I see Mr. Snowflake drop part 17 of your shit. I'm going to be checking that shit out in the near future. Yeah, have a good one, man. I'm out. Peace.